So in all my years of coming down here, I've actually never noticed this sign right here on Mud Island, which tells you a lot about travel, and that's that things change and you can always find something new and interesting no matter where you are. So a lot of visitors to Memphis don't realize that it's right next to Arkansas. It's actually just separated by the Mississippi River behind me, so if I look across the way, I'm looking at the next state over. The bridge behind me is also quite famous because it's the I-40 highway, which runs the entire length of the country from North Carolina to California. So if you're ever interested in like a couple-day road trip to see all the south of the US, this is a road to take. So I'll let you guys know a little secret. There's one place that's overrated here in Memphis, and that is Graceland. So, sorry Elvis, we're not coming to your house. But I will tell you the best spots to check out while you're here. This is one of the most eye-catching landmarks in the entire city, and it actually makes a lot of sense to have it here. Memphis is named after one of the most famous ancient Egyptian cities. Now while you're here, you should definitely go inside and check it out because it is pretty incredible. It is a Bass Pro Shop, which is an outdoorsy kind of hunting camping store. It looks like you're kind of in a swamp when you go inside. And there's actually an elevator that goes to the very top where you can get some incredible views of the city and the river. So this is the part of the video where I keep it real for you guys, and that is that unfortunately Memphis is really plagued by poverty. It is one of the poorest cities in the country, and that also means that it's also one of the most dangerous because of violent crimes. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing about it, but hopefully they start investing more money into the communities here, and I think that would help improve it a lot. There's actually some really amazing wall art all over the city. I'm just on Lamar Street, which is probably not the safest area, but it's really cool to see, especially when you're driving through. And these people are really talented. They're creating some amazing stuff. So if you are here in Memphis, you definitely have to come over and check out the Peabody Hotel. This is another very famous landmark downtown, and they are most well known for their ducks. So right behind me is possibly one of the most famous statues of Elvis Presley, right here in downtown. So right now I'm just on the infamous Beale Street, which is what pretty much everybody that's never been to Memphis knows about Memphis. And it is basically a place to come for nightlife. There's lots of restaurants, cafes, bars, live music. So if you like to go out and party, this is probably where you want to come to in the city. So if I could only recommend one thing to do while you're here in Memphis, this is it, the Civil Rights Museum. And it is amazing. And it's also a living history memorial because this is the site of the Lorraine Motel where in 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. And unfortunately, the South has had a real problem with racism and race relations over the years. And it's something that we all need to understand better, and we need to know where it comes from and how to solve it as well. So this museum really captures a lot of that and talks not only about civil rights, but human rights. I'm telling you right now, skip Graceland and come right here to Sun Studio. It is way more interesting, and it's actually the place where they did all their original recording for Elvis, Roy Orbison, Jerry Lewis, so many people. If there's a beating heart to this city, it's right here in Midtown. This is where you can find all the colleges and universities, museums, parks, countless places to eat and drink. Arguably the best thing in this area is the zoo, and it is really amazing and fantastic, a great place for the family. And the facades alone are worth the admission price. So there are actually two nightlife district areas in this part of town. One of them is Overton Square, where I am right now, and the other is Cooper Young. These are both relatively small places, but they have a ton of bars and restaurants, so a lot of younger people like to come out here to see their friends at night. I just gotta say, parking can be really difficult at times because of that. So just something to know if you come out here. So that is actually a statue of Johnny Cash right behind me. Right now, I'm here at one of my favorite cafes in the entire city, and that's Otherlands. This is a place where you can definitely see the local culture and find out what's going on in the city. So something we have not even touched on yet here in this video is the food in Memphis, and this is such a huge part of the culture of the city. Right now, I'm just at my favorite fried chicken place, Gus's, and this is world famous, definitely worth a try. I always stop here every time I'm in town. If you would ever ask anyone here what they're most known for, it would be their barbecue, and especially the pork barbecue. There are so many different restaurants that have this, and they're all great. So I thought this would be a fitting end of the day to come here to Gibson's and pick up a delicious donut. I hope you guys have really enjoyed exploring the city with me. I am not a native of this area, I didn't grow up here, but over the last 7 years it has become a second home. And I can tell you the people here are some of the nicest and most honest you'll meet anywhere. From an outsider's perspective, this city is more or less about mid-20th century Americana. Think 1950s, 1960s. Vintage, so it's a lot of neon signs, rock and blues music, vintage cars, that kind of stuff. But really, it's so much more than that. I'd love to honestly hear your thoughts, whether you're somebody that's just passing through or you're someone that's lived here your whole life. What do you think about Memphis? And what kind of things would you recommend for people to do while they're here? Anyway, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Stay healthy and safe, and I'll see y'all out there. Bye for now. Alright, I know I said I would never do it, and honestly in 7 years this is my first time driving over to Graceland. I just figured I would show you guys what it looks like as a treat if you've watched this whole video all the way through. And so I'm just waiting now for the gate to open. It should open in a few minutes, and then we can go inside and check a little bit of it out. So here in the meditation garden, you can actually see the grave sites for Elvis and his family. All right, so I know the big question everybody wants to know now is, have I changed my mind about visiting Graceland? And the short answer is no. But if you really love Elvis, if you get here super early, there are a few spots right along the wall in the front of the mansion that you can park for free, and then you can walk in between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning and visit his grave site. Doesn't cost a penny. I don't even know if I would do that again, but if it's your thing, if you love it, yeah, you should come out here and check it out. Why not?